feel that we should send a letter of our stating our economic interest in having this project move forward. And I'm going to put that in the form of a motion and direct. The motion would be to direct staff to propose a general letter of stating the obvious air quality impacts and the job loss and everything if the project didn't go through, and and the need for having a rock facility in the South Coast. That's pretty general. I don't want to get into the CEQA issues and all that. And ultimately, Supervisor Colfax, this is the Board of Supervisors in Sonoma County's decision anyway. So they're going to come down with their decision based on the CEQA review and all the other issues. But I just think we would be a little bit remiss if we didn't at least, we get these letter of comments from every project every week when we have a planning matter. So for us to make a comment on it, I don't think is anything out of the ordinary, and it's not earth-shaking. But I think it's important. I support the jobs down there. I support the Mendocino County business people, and I support that area having a viable source of aggregate for whatever they want to do, whether it's putting in a new sidewalk or anything. So,
well, I'm going to jump back in here for one more second here, and that is that the South Coast, I think of the five of us up here, as it should be the case, of the five of us, I've put an enormous amount of effort into the South Coast. I dare say Mr. Sayal would not be at board meetings. Did you ever attend one before this supervisor was on the job? Marshall? Colfax. And I would say here, because of some efforts I've made in behalf of the business community down there over the last many years, that I do not apologize for not attending to this. But when we start using Ray Madrigal, the highway patrolman, is the one who is doing the air quality comments, and again, I don't mean to parody this. I just want to make this point. And when we hear that we are in a situation where jobs are affected, I have not heard this from anybody, okay? And we're making certain kinds of assumptions. What if I said, if they do this, all the fish will die? You'd say, oh, come on, prove it. Where is that coming from? Oh, I don't know. I talked to a fisherman. So my point here is, this is neither an environmental plea I'm making nor a anti-business concern that is being expressed. But I will say the fact is, this is something that is well into the pipeline, and I'm uncomfortable with Mendocino County jumping in at this juncture to advise another legitimate body to go forward with this, because I think it will be not very well regarded by my colleagues down in Sonoma County, which we might not care the least about. But on the other hand here, we don't have much factual basis, and I don't know where anyone on this board has gotten the factual pieces except through some of the people that Mr. Sayal is legitimately, but still perhaps not entirely accurately representing.
Mr. Chairman, second the motion.
Okay, there was a motion by Supervisor Pinches.
right.
Okay, and a second by Supervisor Delbar to send a letter of economic concern to Sonoma County Board of Supervisors.
Right.
In a paraphrase. Any further discussion? Okay, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed?
Opposed?
No.
Okay. Passes on a 3-2 vote with Supervisors Colfax and Smith dissenting. Okay. Mr. CEO, are we prepared to take up, first off, like to accept the report from Planning and Building Services, item 7C1. And is the HR director here? Yes. Okay, let's take up item 6G, presentation of internship program developed by Human Resources Department.
Good afternoon. I'm Linda Clauser, the Human Resources Director. I'll keep it simple. I just wanted to give you some information on a program we've developed, and we did survey all the departments in regards to this, and it's called Get Started. We came up with an acronym for it, and it's Government Employees Training, Supporting, Teaching, and Resources to Educate and Develop. It's not to say that Mendocino County doesn't already use interns. What we've done is formalize the process so that students from our high schools, our junior colleges, and our universities have one location to come to look for an intern program. The purpose of this is to promote education and employment within the county of Mendocino. The hopes is to bring folks in, expose them to government, targeting the high schools, giving them some lower level experience, targeting Mendocino College, and working with that group to bring in students who possibly are interested in some positions within our county. And we want to provide this also provides additional resources for the departments also. This is not to say we use these as extra help employees to do just our filing for us. That is not at all the intent of this intern program. There is a process. Interns, you have to be a registered student of a college or university or in the high school. It has to be in conjunction with your college. You have to fulfill some credentialing requirements or credit requirements. The supervisor of the department who's taking on that intern has to be willing to train you, educate you, and grade you. What this will also do is give us an opportunity to document all this, keep it in one place, because quite often colleges, universities, and potential employers call HR wanting to get references on the students who did interns with Mendocino County. We did survey all the departments. Of all those who responded, 100% said absolutely they would be interested in a formalized internship program. 92% of the departments said they've used interns before. 100% have staff available to supervise, and 54% felt that they could budget a paid intern. That was then, when we did the survey, which was at the beginning of last year. Whether or not the intern will be paid or unpaid is determined by the department and subject to the budget, of course. However, if an intern is paid, they will not be paid any more than the lowest paid county position. Interns with invested education, licensure, and or experience may be paid on appropriate wage for the duties being performed. We do have some higher level internships already in place. For example, nursing, who's working towards the required hours for a public health nursing component. Of course they're paid, and they have to put their hours in to get that extra level. So there's those interns also. They are paid, they always have been. The eligibility for an intern is, as I said earlier, it must be a process in which the student is going to receive academic credit for that internship. In our survey, we went out to all the departments to find out what areas would you use an intern. And as you can see on page 2, the last slide there, health studies, nursing, human services, psychology, AODP, child development. There's a number of them. I'm not going to read them all because it's 2 slides full of them. This is all the information we receive from the departments. The process for participating in the internship program is much like our departments when they request for us to recruit and fill a position for us. They would fill out a request for an intern. We would do the recruiting for them. We're reaching out to the colleges, universities, and the high schools and letting them know. We're posting it on the webs. We've developed a database already to do that, and we will market it for the department. We screen the applicants with the department to make sure they qualify. The internship is posted on our website, and there is flexibility in this. We're going to work with the department like we would when we're recruiting a permanent full-time employee or even an extra help employee for the department. There isn't any difference in that regards. The interns will go attend a safety program. Depending on the position, they will have to go through a background investigation or have to do a live scan. All interns will go through a drug testing process.